I think I'll go and get some fresh air. I'm feeling a bit queasy. God, what's been going on here? Someone's broken into my cabin and searched through all my things. The amulet. Where's the amulet? It's been stolen. I don't believe it. Blast it. The thief must still be on board. But we're pulling into the harbor. I'll never catch him now. Hello, Mr. Blake. I'm back.
And? Did you find the amulet?
That's a long story.
Well, go on then. I can't wait to hear what happened.
I found the amulet. It was walled up in the Lord's mausoleum.
Really? It really does exist then? And you've got it? Show me.
Well, I did have it, but it was stolen from me.
Stolen? How did that happen?
No idea. I hid it in my cabin during the crossing. Someone broke in and rummaged through all my luggage.
Was anything else missing?
No, not a thing.
Someone must have been following you.
I didn't notice anyone. Who could have known I'd been looking for an amulet in that godforsaken dump?
Certain people may be taking a great interest in your investigations, Mr. Halligan. Do not underestimate the power of the Druids.
I haven't met anyone who looked like a druid so far.
No, Mr. Halligan. You won't recognize the inheritors by their cloaks and sickles. They're people, just like you and me. They could be powerful industrialists, high-ranking politicians, or influential military men, people in key positions of society.
What can I do then? I can't possibly check up on the entire upper class of British society looking for a couple of druids.
No, but it may be worth your while to keep an eye on groups of neo-druids. If anyone tries to justify their claims to the Druids' inheritance, they will.
Neo-druids? What are they?
There are a number of groups around claiming to be the Druids' rightful successors. They're organized in orders, like Templars or Freemasons.
Tell me more about these neo-druids.
Like I said, the neo-druids try to live their lives according to ancient druid ideals. Some of them do a lot of charitable work as well. But there are some really dubious associations going around, combining the druids' customs with occult rites. Rumors say that there's such a sect at large somewhere in London.
In London, you said? Do you know where I might find these people?
I've no idea. All I know is that the only people who know anything about the order refer to it as the Circle.
Thank you, Mr. Blake. I'll see what I can make of it.
Good. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to call on me anytime you like.
One more thing, Mr. Blake.
Yes?
I get the impression this business could get pretty dangerous from now on.
Yes. Very likely, Mr. Halligan.
It may be safer for both of us if we let someone else in on the matter. Please call Melanie Turner in Oxford and tell her the whole story. Make sure she learns everything you've told me. She works at the Anthropological Museum. Her number's in the phone book. And tell her I'll get in touch with her myself as soon as possible. Would you do that for me?
Of course, Mr. Halligan. Good luck.
Halligan, into my office at once!
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Halligan, come on in. I suppose we should be glad that you drop in now and then.
What's the matter, Chief?
You know, Halligan, I was just asking myself what you've been doing.
I've been investigating, Chief.
Well, have you? And do you know what I've been doing? I've been dismissing loads of press people, worried citizens, and politicians from my office. The phone hasn't stopped ringing since this morning. The mayor's been to my office, and I haven't seen much of you. When do you expect to come up with results?
I'm getting there, Chief, but it takes time.
Takes time? Takes time? Will I ever get to hear anything else from a detective? Where the heck have you been, Halligan?
You'll get a report at the end of the week.
The end of the week? Why not at the end of the month or at the end of the year? I want the results on my desk tomorrow morning, Halligan. And now, I want to know where you've been all this time.
You'll find out when you read the report I'm going to write.
Don't be impertinent, Detective. As your chief, I'm entitled to ask you about the results of investigations and your proceedings whenever I like.
Yes, Chief, of course.
That sounds better. Otherwise, I could have you write a report about every single step of your proceedings, and I think you know that.
Very well, then. I was visiting an expert on Druids.
You were what? Halligan, have you lost your marbles? You're not supposed to be indulging in your hobbies. You're supposed to be solving the skeleton murders.
Is that all, Chief?
No, that is not all. One of the phone calls this morning was from the 4th District in Oxford.
Uh-huh. And?
A beggar has been to see them. He claimed that somebody had first put him to sleep and then robbed him. And do you know who that person was? No? A man who calls himself Detective Halligan! Our colleagues looked into the Central Personal Database and guess what? They found a man by the name of Detective Halligan. And he works for my department! What do you say to that?
When did you receive the phone call from our colleagues?
Oh, less than half an hour ago. Have you any idea how embarrassed I was about the affair? The colleague I talked to said that the beggar still had some of the substance he'd been knocked out with. Medical alcohol with apple juice. Halligan, please tell me you didn't do it.
I had nothing to do with it, Chief. Honestly.
Well, I hope so, for your benefit. From now on, I expect you to start looking into the case at hand.
Chief, the beggar must be mistaken. It's a mix-up.
A mix-up? I hope so. If these accusations turn out to be true, you can spend the rest of your professional life washing police cars!
Okay, Chief. I read you.
Indeed? Excellent, Detective. Then get out and do your job. And Halligan, if I should hear that you are conducting your investigations in any dubious or illegal way, I'll take you off the case immediately.
Understood, Chief.
Hello, sir. This is Al's Pizza Palace. Your account from last quarter has not yet been paid. It amounts to £275. Please see to it within the next few days, otherwise we will have to stop serving you.
£275? Wow, that's my personal record.
Hello, Mr. Halligan. This is Melanie Turner speaking. I was wondering why I hadn't heard from you, but Mr. Blake just called and told me everything. I'm out and about quite a lot at the moment, and you may have difficulties trying to get me on the phone. But if you need me, just leave a message. See you later.
Let me give you some good advice, Detective Halligan. Don't interfere with our affairs. It wouldn't be very healthy.
What? Who was that?
Halligan? This is Miller. Damn it, where are you? Do I have to speak to this damned answering machine if I want to get hold of you? If by any chance you happen to turn up in this department, I want to see you in my office. Miller speaking. I've had enough. You better come to my office as soon as possible. Did you get that?
The chief. I'm glad I've got that behind me.
Brent? Hello? Is that you? It's your mother. You know, I hate these modern talking machines. I haven't heard anything from you for months now, Brent. Is that any way to treat your mother? Aunt Annie's celebrating her 75th birthday at the weekend. We have both been invited. You will come, won't you? Brent? And please, wear something smart. Do me a favor.
Oh, God. That's all I need. I'll take that with me. You never know, I might need it. At least that's one thing you can get hold of here without too much trouble. They are needed for the... It's always handy having one of these tucked away. We ran out not so long ago, and there was a big commotion on this floor. I don't want... Now I've got a clipboard with the form for information procurement, the carbon paper, and the form for stationery procurement. But the carbon paper juts out a bit. That will be noticed.
Halligan,
Yes?
might I ask you what you think you're doing?
I just wanted to borrow your scissors. Just for 5 minutes.
Forget it.
Don't make such a fuss about your blasted scissors. I won't break them.
Oh, you won't break them, Halligan. You'll lose them, mislay them, not bring them back. You'll do with them what you always do with anything you lay your hands on. I am determined not to lose anything ever again, Halligan, especially not to you. Do I make myself clear?
All right, then. Keep them.
Well, 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 Detective Halligan, the pride of the department. I hear you've been making yourself pretty scarce here lately.
I've been busy.
Oh, yes, important investigations to conduct, eh? Tell me, what worldwide gang of conspirators are you onto this time? Have the aliens landed yet?
I'd love to tell you, Lowry, if I wasn't aware of the fact that you know a lot more about horsepower and football results than about police work.
Ha ha, very good, Halligan. Highly amusing. Have I ever told you that you bore me stiff? Especially today, I regret to say. So be a good boy, tell me what you want, and then clear off.
That's a nice suit you're wearing.
Don't humour me, Halligan. You don't know a thing about suits. A blind man would know from 100 yards away that you bought your stuff at Woolworths. What do you want?
I just wanted to say that I'm sorry to hear that things went so badly between you and the chief.
Don't be a hypocrite, Halligan. I know you're as pleased as Punch about this, but I can tell you one thing right now. Don't expect any support from me.
You're obliged by your office to give me any information I may require.
You've got all the information, you've got the file. What more do you want?
Let's not argue, Lowry. I need some information from you about the last investigations.
You've got the file, Halligan. I suppose you can read. And now scram!
Lowry, I've read your file. There's just nonsense in it.
Do you know what I think, Halligan? I think I don't need to tolerate a detective in a £20 suit walking past my door criticising the quality of my work.
If my suit was more expensive, would that make your file any better?
Very witty, Detective. Yes, really, very witty. Tell me, haven't you got anything better to do than crack jokes?
Thank you for being so very friendly, Lowry. Enjoy your spare time.
Just clear off, Halligan. What is it this time, Halligan?
I'd really like to know how a braggart like you managed to get a date with Janet.
Well, you know what, Halligan? Women do like a winner, don't they? Little Janet is no exception. We went to the Palace yesterday.
What was showing?
The new Schwarzenegger film.
You know how to handle women, don't you?
Of course. Janet said she found it disgusting, but I know for a fact that she was very keen on it. Women are like that. Do you understand?
What amazes me is why a woman like her should find your boring stories about cars, sports, and action films so entertaining.
Halligan, I'm sure you didn't come to tell me that. What do you really want?
Do you know how to operate the copying machine?
Yes, I do.
But you're not going to tell me, right?
You really are a clever boy, Halligan.
You're a really nice person, Lowry.
I do my best.
Okay. I'll talk to you later, Lowry. I never use the receiver. That thing is just too heavy. Using the loudspeaker is much more comfortable. I never use the receiver. That thing is just too heavy. Using the loudspeaker is much more comfortable.
Scotland Yard Detective Lowry. Hello? Hello? Scotland Yard Detective Lowry.
Miller speaking. I've had enough. You better come to my office as soon as possible. Did you get that?
Oh, of course, sir. I'm coming. I'm on my way.
Lowry is in there. Rather him than me. Chief, I've got an 88M9 order form for stationery here.
For stationery? You need new stationery again? Halligan, you'll lead this department to financial ruin someday. Do you know that?
Yes, sir. No, sir. It's nothing extravagant. I could do with a new pencil sharpener, that's all.
When will you learn to take better care of your things, Halligan? Scotland Yard can't print its own money. Every month the accounts department gives me a hard time because of the deficit. Our budget for office costs is limited.
I know, Chief, but I'm not able to work without a minimum of stationery. Here, I've prepared this for you. You just need to sign it.
Okay then. Okay, give it to me. But that's the last time, do you understand? You'll have to buy the next sharpener from your own money.
All right, Chief.
Anything else, Detective?
No, that was it.
That's good. You know the way out, don't you, Detective?
Of course, Chief.
Halligan, where are my scissors?
I've no idea. I thought they were on your desk just a minute ago.
Don't lie to me, Halligan. I know you've got them. And what was that business with the chief all about?
I really don't know what you're talking about, Steve.
Let me make myself clear. I hate that kind of thing, Halligan. I've had quite enough trouble with the chief for one day, thank you. Now tell me what it is you want.
Nothing, really.
Then get out!
It's me again, Janet.
Hello, Brent. How's your case going? Have you got any further yet?
Yes, I've seen an interesting old man. And now I need a database inquiry. This is my 234-2 form, signed by Chief Inspector Miller.
Okay, very good. Which term do you want me to search for?
I'm looking for information about a group called The Circle.
The Circle. Just a sec. It won't take a moment. Yes, we've got something in the database about them. Let me see. An order of Neo-Druids. Their head office is in London. The head of the group is called Lord Sinclair.
Do we know about anyone with a criminal record within the group?
Yeah, just give me a second, Brent. Somebody once filed a complaint against Lord Sinclair for disturbing the nightly peace.
Is that all?
No, hang on. Oh, some months ago, a gardener was killed on Sinclair's estate. And the murderer was never found. After the murder, Lord Sinclair and his order were under surveillance for some time, but there was nothing conspicuous to be found.
Ah, that's interesting. Anything else?
Well, Sinclair was fined once for hunting without a license. No, nothing else.
That's enough for now. Could you please give me the address?
There's 234 Winchester Street. That's in the outskirts of the town, a posh area.
Good. Thanks a lot, Janet. I have to go.
Okay, Brent. See you later.
Hello, Janet. How's it going?
Halligan, what's up?
Could you please print out the data about the circle?
Yeah, of course. No problem.
Good. Thanks a lot, Janet. I have to go.
Okay, Brent. See you later.
The green scarf. It's Janet's. I should think about it again. What could I put in there? I should think about it again. That's the printout of the database information on the circle. Lord Sinclair's address is on it as well. 234 Winchester Street. I should think about it again. I should think about it again. That won't get me any further. I should think about it again. That's the printout of the database information on the circle. It won't. That's the printout of the database information on the circle. Lord Sinclair's address is on it as well. 234 Winchester Street. The letterbox of the museum. I should think about it again. Fingerprint powder. I should think about it again. I should think about it again. Not a good idea. I should think about it again. That's the printout of the database information on the circle. Lord Sinclair's address is on it as well. 234 Winchester Street. I should think about it again. Some tufts of grass from the place where the bones were found. In a bag, for evidence. I should leave a message for Miss Turner. I should think about it again. I should think about it again. Hello. Haven't seen you for a while.
You get lost, you crook. You nick all my pennies. Me last 60 pence. It's bad enough I get robbed and the police do nothing about it. Now you coppers are nicking the stuff yourselves.
Hey, you shouldn't see it like that. Let's say it was business. I really needed money for the phone, and you got my lovely homemade schnapps in return.
There. Gorgeous schnapps. That stuff wiped me out straight. I want nothing to do with you, mate. Get lost. You again, you better leave me alone. You again, you better leave me alone.
Think first, Brent. That's the printout of the database information on the circle. Lord Sinclair... No way. These are Lowry's paper scissors. He must be looking for them. I should think about it again. I should leave a message for Miss Turner. That'll do it. That should be enough for Miss Turner to find me in case something happens to me.
Yes? Who's there?
Is that Lord Sinclair?
No, sir. I'm sorry. I am his lordship's butler.
Scotland Yard. Please open the door.
I regret that his lordship does not receive beggars, salesmen, and police officers as a matter of principle, sir. Besides, Lord Sinclair is not at home at present.
Oh, really? No beggars and police officers, right? In the name of the law, open the door. Otherwise, I'll kick it down.
Mr. Excuse me, what was your name again?
Halligan. Detective Halligan from Scotland Yard.
Detective Halligan. Am I correct in assuming that you do not possess a search warrant?
Well,
Then I would like to remind you that violent and unauthorized intrusion onto the estate can be prosecuted.
if that's the way you want it, all right then. I'll be back. You can be sure of that.
Of course, sir. Thank you for your visit. Have a nice day.
Hello. Nice day today, isn't it?
Yeah, the weather's great. Just right for a walk.
Yes, that's what I thought. I didn't want to sit in the office any longer on such a wonderful autumn day.
Yes, I know what you mean. What kind of job do you do then?
Me? Oh, I work with the agricultural office. Administration of public areas, that kind of thing. You know.
Really? Is there something wrong with Lord Sinclair's gardens?
No, everything's fine. I'm here on a private visit. I just wanted to get some fresh air. You work for Lord Sinclair?
Yes, I'm his gardener. It's a big estate he has here, you know. Huge. He needs somebody to look after things on a regular basis.
When did you start working here?
Oh, only a few months ago. The position became vacant through a tragic accident.
What kind of accident?
Lord Sinclair's last gardener was murdered.
What exactly happened?
Nobody knows. He was found on the estate directly under the window of Lord Sinclair's study. His lordship found him himself.
And how did he die?
Well, that was a terrible thing. He was literally slashed. Some madman must have crept onto the estate.
Does his lordship have any enemies?
Well, rich people are always envied, aren't they? His lordship leads a secluded life and avoids any kind of trouble. But I guess there must be some people who can't stand him. People tell the most horrible stories about him here in the neighbourhood, and somebody even sent the police to his house.
Really? And why?
Because of the screams.
Screams? What kind of screams?
His lordship and his friends sometimes go into the forest and do strange screaming exercises.
Pardon me?
Yes, it's just some strange quirk of theirs. You know what the aristocracy can be like.
You said that somebody called the police.
Yes, but of course they couldn't find anything. His lordship was questioned and fined, I think, but not because of the screams, because of the animal trophies in his drawing room.
It was because he hadn't got a shooting license, wasn't it?
Yes, I think that's right. How did you know?
Oh, I just guessed. How big is this piece of land?
At least 10,000 square meters, I would say. There's a big forest behind the house. Lord Sinclair had it laid out himself.
Did he do that recently?
Oh no, that was a long time ago. The trees in the forest look as if they were 100 years old, but of course that's not possible.
Why is that not possible?
Lord Sinclair told me that he had them planted. They must have grown very quickly.
How old is Lord Sinclair?
I don't know exactly, but from his outer appearance I'd say he's about 60.
Would you show me the grounds?
Oh, I would like to do that, but Lord Sinclair has strictly forbidden all employees to take strangers onto the estate.
I see. Are you the only gardener?
Yes, but luckily I don't have to look after the whole garden, only the hedges and the park in front of the house. Lord Sinclair himself takes care of the garden behind the house.
Why does he do that?
I don't know. The forest is his favourite place in the garden. He spends hours and hours there, and nobody is allowed in there, apart from himself and his closest friends.
His lordship must be really close to nature, then.
Oh, he loves nature more than anything else, just like his friends in the club. They make excursions to the countryside as well, to Epping Forest or to Stonehenge, to the megalith circle.
Tell me more about the grounds.
Oh, Lord Sinclair's taste is exquisite. The whole park around the house was laid out according to his plans. For the fir tree plantation behind the house, he had young trees flown in from China.
Why was that?
Oh, he likes Chinese firs better, and to him money is no object. If he likes something, he'll buy it.
I have to go. Duty calls. Don't work too hard.
Thanks. Have a good day.
A matchbox. Still half full. Damn, the shears are broken. Now the scissors are broken as well. Stop. Wait a minute, the fence is electrified. That won't get me any further. I can't do that. Climb through here? And what if I touch the fence? That's too dangerous. That won't help either. I thought it wouldn't work like that. It would have surprised me if it had worked like that. Of course, it can't work like that.
How do you do, Mr. Halligan? How nice of you to visit us.
You know my name?
Certainly. Lord Sinclair has been expecting you.
He has? Is that boss of yours some kind of psychic or what?
Why don't you ask him that yourself? Let's go.
Mr. Halligan, it is a great pleasure to meet you in person at long last.
The pleasure's mine. Would you mind telling your charming pet gorilla here to point his damn pistol somewhere else?
Please forgive us this precautionary measure, Mr. Halligan. I happen to be a distrustful man. Jack.
Lord Sinclair, now that we've met, there are a few questions I'd really like to ask you.
Certainly, certainly. After dinner, I will answer any questions you deign to ask me. Until then, please be my guest. Jack, please be good enough to show our guest to his chamber.
You do not seem to be quite aware of the situation you are in, Lord Sinclair. I'm a detective from Scotland Yard. I don't want to have dinner with you. I'm here because of a series of murders in which you are a prime suspect.
With all due respect, Mr. Halligan, I took you for a wiser man than that. If anyone here is unaware of the situation they are in, you are. I have asked you to be my guest at dinner. Please don't disappoint me by refusing. Otherwise, I will have to ask Jack here to persuade you to stay in his own way.
I understand. I'm to stay here voluntarily, because if I don't, you'll force me. Is that it?
I'm glad we've settled that. Now, if you would please follow my friend Jack, he will show you to your room. We will discuss everything else in detail later, over dinner.
Let's go.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Locked up in Lord Sinclair's house.